33-34. Jimmy Morris and Tink Williams downfield to make the stop for the Tigers. So we'll see that defensive unit that Jim was talking about go to work here. They came up with a couple of clutch defensive plays in the first half, in addition to pretty much slugging it out with a bigger Fighting Irish offensive line. And they're going to have to do more of the same here in the second half. That unbalanced line. Now wingback moves to the left. Porter, the quarterback, pitches it. Coming this way, that's Gaydash with the football. Coming out across the 35. He's pinned in, turned in now. Ooh, Joe Hacker really lowered the boom. You could hear the pop clear up here, and the guy's gone berserk. They just straightened him up, Jim, and Gaydash had his never turned around, and bang, number 75 put his helmet right in his face. Second down and 7.
Well, Hacker came out and fired out to start the first half, and he's fired up here in the second half, too, and that's what you need on defense, somebody to fire you up.
Guys high on life, you got to say. Second down and 7 from the 37. Long count. And off goes the Gaydash on the inside. He comes back after the big hit across the 40, and he skidded quite a ways. We'll have to wait and see where they spot the football. They're going to mark it back at about the 42, looks like. It's going to be third down and a couple of yards for Akron to go for the first down. They got to get the ball to about the 44 for the first down. Third down, yard and a half play. Porter under the center. In that stronger right side of the offensive line. Bushko carries the football, leads across the 45 and has the first down. That is the first down of the half, and it's picked up by the Fighting Irish. A little inside 10 and a half minutes to play. Third quarter, no score. Opening moments of the second half, this Double-A championship. Ironton and Akron St. Vincent St. Mary from the Rubber Bowl in Akron, Ohio. Most exciting ball game, exciting defensive ball game. Wing back to the left on first down. High backs behind Porter, the quarterback. And off goes the Gaydash on the inside. He's in the Tiger territory to about the 47 before he's spilled there. Tink Williams and Brent Wilcoxon make the Tiger defensive play.
Well, Rick, right now, the Akron offensive line is firing off very, very quickly and opening up a hole just enough to get the back through, pick up 3 and 4 yards, and Ironton's got to shut that off.
Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments are made on the second down and 5 from the Tiger 47. And off goes on the wingback reverse in the backfield. It's like Bushko carrying the football again. He gets to about the 46, maybe down to the 45 before he stopped. And it's going to be third down and again a short yardage play. Jim, Fighting Irish were fairly successful in the first half of converting a third down play.
Yeah, they were 3 of 6 in the first half, and they have already picked up 1 of 1 here in the second half, going for the second one here.
Third down and 2 for the Tiger 45. Irish with the football. Porter hands it off, second man through, trying to turn the corner. He does inside the 40, down inside the 35, still on his feet, down inside the 30, and he's dropped. Big gainer for the Fighting Irish. Fletcher, Hacker, and Williams make the stop for the Tigers. Ball carrier there was Tom Bushko, 5'10", 180-pound senior, and once he skirted the left end, he found some clear sailing and gets it down inside the Tiger 30 to the 26, where it's another first down for Akron. First and 10 from that point with 8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Porter, the long count, looked like somebody moving the backfield. Flags fly as the man is dropped inside the 25. One of the backs moved a bit too soon, that being Bushko, and he kind of disgustedly looked down at the yellow flag that was laying at his feet. He knew he was guilty, so they'll step off 5, and that'll move it back to, well, about the 30, I want to say the 31. There we go. It's going to be first down and 15 from that point.
That's only the first penalty of the ball game against Akron. Ironton's only had 1 assist to them. That was a 5-yarder for the same thing.
And that's been a good, clean, hard football game. And that right there an indication of it. These two teams, I heard somebody mention up here in the press box at halftime, they played the first quarter in 18 minutes, so it went by quick. First down 15 for the Tigers, 31. Akron with the football. Back moves into the wing-back position on the left side. Pitch goes to Gaydash. He's dropped it to 30. Gabriel Lewis making the wrap. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. It'll be second down and 14 from that point.
Rick, that was almost the same identical play. They picked up a lot of yardage on the time a couple of plays ago. Probably the biggest run from scrimmage for either team. And that time they contained it well. As Lewis read it, came up and did his job. He hit him low and brought him down, and that's what you got to do.
Tough, hard-nosed ball player, Gabriel Lewis. Second down 14, wide receiver to the far side. High backs behind Porter, who's under center. Porter wants to throw, rolls out, pass, caught out the flat at the 25, 20, 15, down to about the 11 before he's driven out of bounds. And they're going to mark it inside the 10 even. One of the tight ends circling out there to make the reception, that being Tim Rickus. Got the pass out in the flat on the right side at about the 33 and took off for the downs, gets the ball down inside the 10, and another scoring threat being posed by the Akron St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish. First and goal to go from the Tiger 8. Long count, handoff goes to Bushko. Bushko is ridden down at about the 5-yard line. Brent Wilcoxon and Steve Sutton make the Tiger stop. It'll be second down and goal to go from the Tiger 5. And again, Ironton finds himself in the position they were in the first half when they came up with a fumble recovery. And it was pointed out to us at halftime that St. Vincent St. Mary occasionally does have trouble hanging on to the football. They will cough it up on the fumble. Hope that's the case here. Second down and goal to go for the Tiger 5. Again, that long count. Counter play on the inside. Bushko goes nowhere. Ainsworth and Hodges, also Johnny Lewis and Scott Willits there, and a St. Vincent player is down on the field. We have a timeout with 7:05 to go in the third quarter. There is no score.
Looking for better value for your food dollar? Looking for finer quality food of every kind? Looking for variety, value, plus fast, friendly service, and the best meat values in town? Look no further. Tipton's Foodland and Complete Bakery, 3rd and Adams Street in Ironton has it all. No executive in the country has more decisions to make than the housewife when she is planning the week's menu for her family. She has to be sure to find husband-pleasing foods that will also tempt the kids' fickle appetites. So stay within the budget and also provide nutrition. Personally, I don't know how she does it, but I do know that when she shops at Tipton Foodland and Complete Bakery, her decisions will be easier to make at Tipton's 3rd and Adams in Ironton.
Darkness is settled around the Rubber Bowl in Akron, Ohio. The lights have been on for the duration of the contest, and it is yet to really rain very hard. You see some dampness around the edge of the field on the rubberized foam that circles the AstroTurf, but the weather has given us pretty much of a break, and they're playing the game under fairly dry conditions. It's going to be third down and goal to go from the Tiger 5. Akron St. Vincent St. Mary with the football. The injured player attended to and taken off the field during the Akron timeout. Now strategy being discussed and a little mix-up. Substitution being questioned by one of the officials, sending a player back to the bench, and another one's going to come back in there. I don't know whether they're trying to pull a fast one on us across the way there or just simply a mix-up. So it's going to be third down, goal to go for the Tiger 5. Ironton braces defensively for the charge. Porter. Again the long count. Gaydash for the football. Gaydash is into the end zone. .48 to go in the third quarter, and Akron breaks the scoring ice with a 5-yard touchdown run. And now we'll see the try for the extra point. Jim Hanlon, a junior, on to try for the extra point. Flags are going to fly. Somebody may have been offsides, or maybe it was a procedure penalty. We'll have to wait and see. It looked like somebody on the Tigers' line jumped just a bit. And they are marking off half the distance against the Tigers. Offside. Johnny Lewis scoots into the Tiger lineup. Somebody's got to come out of there. Who's it going to be?
I think they're going to go for two now since they got a little bit closer.
Al Jenkins and Moritz both come out. Ainsworth now racing onto the field. So the Tigers perhaps anticipating that two-point try, which Jim pointed out, the kicker going off the field. Tigers getting a little coverage in there. The extra point try here following the Akron score. They lead it 6-0. Porter under center. Everybody in sight. Handoff goes to Bushko. Pitch goes to Gaydar. He's dropped. Tiger defense rises to the occasion. So with 6:48 to go, Tigers stop him on the extra point. It's Akron 6, Ironton nothing.
Moran's the leader in Whistle Bridges. Ironton's three great fashion centers discover what 75 years of experience and service in the clothing business can mean to your Christmas. Charge customers can select merchandise now and be billed in January. If out of town, they'll deliver at no charge. And if you're all thumbs at wrapping those gifts, they'll do it for you. That won't cost you either. Need some help in selecting those tough gifts? Let Moran's, the leader and Whistle Bridges, personal shoppers do it for you. Why all the service? Well, that's because Ironton's three great fashion centers are all about. And that's why so many people shop Ironton's three great fashion centers. Moran's, the leader, and Whistle Bridges.
Akron set the kickoff following their score. 6:48 to go in the third quarter. Akron leads it 6-0 in this AA championship game from the Akron Rubber Bowl. Fighting Irish will be kicking off right to left on your radio dial. Terry Royal, the deep man for the Tigers. Lewis and Morris, the up man. As the kick is an end-over-end job going to be taken by Royal on the run at his own 19. Straight up the middle. Terry across the 25, the 30, and still at the 42. One man, and it's bye-bye. And that man did the job. He spilled him at the 42, and Terry went flying through the air, much like we saw Larry Brown do on the film today.
That scoreboard flashed the sign so close, and it was, because if he got by him, he was gone. There wasn't nobody going to catch him. Come right down the middle of the field on that, Rick, and had a wedge there and just went right through it. And good field position for the Tigers. They need to score here.
1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 42. Wilcoxon on the keeper. He's across the 45, out to the 47, maybe the 48. So he starts off here in the second half, just like we saw him start in the first half of play offensively. A bootleg by Wilcoxon for a pretty good game. It's going to be second down, call it 5 from the Tiger 47. Ironton now trails in the contest 6-0. Our first score coming moments ago. 5-yard run by Bushko for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary, and they lead it 6-0. Tigers stopped them on the extra point attempt for 2. Wide receiver Lewis and Royal to the near side on second down at 5. Wilcoxon hands off in the draw to Hodges. Jim gets out to midfield before he stops. It'll be third down and short yardage from that point. Ball is just at the midfield spot. Tiger crowd has gotten a little quiet now. They're kind of sitting back in apprehension, waiting to see if the Tigers can bounce back from the scoring drive by the Fighting Irish. 5.5 minutes and less to play in the third quarter. Tigers trail 6-0, and they have the football at midfield at third down 3 from that point. Wing back Lewis to the left. Pitch goes to Royal, coming this way. Terry turns the corner into Akron territory and has what appears to be first down yardage. Going to be spotted at about the 45. That would be good enough for the first down. It is.
That's their first down of the second half, 6th overall.
From that point, the Akron 45, Tigers will maintain possession of the football. Clock will roll now, just over 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. So as Jim mentioned, Tigers start out in good field position, something they did not have the luxury of very often in the first half. Counterplay, Hodges inside the 45, some tough yardage. Gain of about 2. It'll be second down and 8. 3 or 4 Fighting Irish defensemen make the corral. Line of scrimmage will be the Akron 44. Ironton trails at 6-0. They played a scoreless first half, and with just under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, Akron scored. Tigers stopped them, going for 2 on the extra point. Thus our 6-0 Akron lead over the Ironton Fighting Tigers. Second down and 9. They call it from the 44. Counterplay. Gabriel Lewis picks up a couple before he's wrapped up. Gets down to about the 42 before he stops. Wind still blowing kind of strong. It is blowing, I would say, towards the opposite corner, the farthest corner of the stadium from us, from left to right. As the flags are out kind of stiff, but basically a fairly warm, kind of mild night here at the Rubber Bowl. Third down, they're calling it 7. From the Akron 42, Tigers with the football. Lewis, wing back to the left. Wilcoxon wants to throw. They're shooting the linebacker. Breaks in front of him. He's still back in his own territory. Ball pops loose. Mad scramble for it. Stillers, and they're going to whistle a bit back at midfield. Okay, thank you for the help there. It did pop loose from Brent Wilcoxon, but the official blew the ball dead at midfield. So we look for the Tiger punt team to come on. And that's what the case is. Tim Hodges is standing back at about his own 37 to punt. And last time he was in this situation, they sent him in on him. 10 guys in on Hodges for the rush, and he was dropped. Single safety back. Hodges takes the snap, gets the punt off at the high end over a kick, taken by Bushko at his own 12. Bushko cuts his direction, now tries to cut back the other way, and he's wrapped up and dropped. Downfield, Craig Thomas. Should mention something about Craig Thomas. He's a senior, Jim, and in 3 years he's been snapping on point after touchdowns, field goals, punts, and he has not had one bad snap. That's not a record you're going to hear very much about, but it's an excellent achievement for the senior center for the Tigers, at least on the punts, place kicks, that kind of thing.
Sure is, because that's a hard thing to snap on, too.
Thomas, not a bad snap in 3 years. 2:44 to go, third quarter. Irish with the football at their own 12. Following the Ironton punt, handoff goes second man through. That's Bushko. Bushko across the 20, out to near the 25 before Wilcoxon comes saddling. That's going to be close to first down yardage, and it is a first down. That is the second of the second half for the Fighting Irish. Steve Sutton checks into the Tiger lineup. Tink Williams will come out of there. 2.5 minutes to play in last third quarter. Akron leads Ironton 6-0 in this AA championship game. Coming to you on Sports Active Radio, 1230 Radio, WIRO in Ironton. Porter on first down. With a wing back to the left. Hands it off to Gaydash, who gets out across the 25 to about the 29 before he stopped. Gabriel Lewis in there defensively for the Tigers. So Akron has come out here in this second half and has solved the mystery of the Tiger defense, which proved to be a tough customer in the first half, and they have driven the ball downfield on the Tigers. Right now have a second down at 5 from their own 29. Long count. Counter play. With Bushko across the 30 to about the 33 before Terry Royal drives him out of bounds. Carrying the football there, I said that was Bushko. It was Wallace, Kevin Wallace. He picks up 4. It's going to be third down and about 2.
Fletcher almost had him in the backfield for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. He lunged for him, about all he could do, and he grabbed a hold of his leg, but just couldn't trip him up. And could have had him for about a 4 or 5 yard loss, but a good defensive play by Fletcher to get back there in the first place, slowed him down a little bit.
Okay, third down play. Tigers could use a lift here. They got a little lacking. Third down short yardage from the 33 of Akron. Second man through is hit and gets across the 35. That would be good enough for first down yardage. If that's where they're going to spot it, they're stopping the clock, which would be indicative of a first down. Hodges made the defensive play for the Tigers, but not before Akron picks up the first down. They haven't maintained the football at their own 35. That's their third first down of the second half. Waning seconds of the third quarter. Akron leads at 6-0 with 45 seconds to play and less in the third period. That unbalanced line again, the left guard and a left end, and then power to the right. Setback moves in behind Porter. On 1st and 10 from the 35. Wallace on the inside reverse gets it to about the 40. And Jim, they're clipping them off now at 4 and 5 yards a shot.
Well, what they're doing, they're getting the big yardage on first down, and that always helps you to be able to convert third down. They've converted 6 of 10 third down plays. And the only reason they've been able to do that is because they've only had 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, because they're getting 3, 4, 5 yards on the first down. That's exactly what they did there. They picked up 5 yards. Now they've just got a 2nd and 5, and 2 or 3 more. Then they can pick up 2 or 3 more on 3rd and get another first down.
Okay, that's the end of the 3rd quarter of play here at the Rubber Bowl in Akron, Ohio. AA championship game. Our score: St. Vincent St. Mary 6, Ironton nothing.
In this day and age of supermarket types of business, it's a refreshing change to find a business that is interested in serving you personally. And that's just what you'll find at Staley's Pharmacies, 217 South 3rd in downtown Ironton, 9th and Kemp near the hospital in Ironton and in South Point. At Staley's Pharmacies, you'll find that personal interest and attention is given to you and your prescription and health needs. And at Staley's, you'll find that personal interest is waiting for you even though you may be looking for a greeting card or just a gift. Staley's Pharmacies have built this personal service along with a reputation over many years. And Staley's Pharmacies are always ready to serve you with the finest in prescription service, gift needs, cosmetics, tobacco, candies, and of course, everyday health and first aid requirements. When you want friendly personal service, you want Staley's Pharmacies, 217 South 3rd and 9th and Kemp in Ironton, and in the heart of South Point.
2nd down, 5. Akron with the football. They'll have it at their own 40 when we resume play for this 4th and final quarter of the AA championship game for the Akron Rubber Bowl. Rick Mayne along with Jim Forrest bringing you all the play-by-play action. Hope you're enjoying the contest. Tigers are hanging tough. They trail 6-0. And I'm sure a lot of folks thought it might have been a lot worse than that by now, but Ironton hanging right in there and slugging it out. 2nd down and 5 from the Akron 40. Irish with the football. On the inside, looks like Gaydash with the football. He's wrapped up for very little gain, if any. Dropped it to 40. Looks like there's a flag on the play as the clock has stopped. Tigers are happy about it. Fans are happy about it now. And we could have a major penalty stepped off against Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. Jim, the Tigers could use something, a big defensive play or a big sack or a penalty to kind of take the edge off of this Fighting Irish offensive unit because they've been driving the football pretty well. We're getting a major penalty stepped off here.
Looks like it'll probably be holding. And that's what they needed right there was a major penalty because now if they can hold them here, they'll get good field position, and that's what they need. And they need to hold them here. Defense has to get tough and then try to get some good field position. Like you said, they need a big play. Hodges has only carried the ball 5 times in the entire ball game. I'm looking for him to break one here pretty soon. They need something.
2nd down and 20 yards to go for Akron from their own 25 after the penalty was stepped off. Porter with the wide receiver to the near side. He wants to throw, has a man open. He's kicked off from Gabriel Lewis at the 34. He's going to be down right there on the spot because he came in contact with the AstroTurf, and I got it, Jim, we called that one. Mark one down for us. And mark a big one down for Gabriel Lewis. And the Tigers pick it off, and that was the consensus up there in the press box. If the Tigers get any kind of field position here in the second half, they're going to score. And you got to keep in mind, they stopped them on that extra point attempt, and it's only 6-0 Akron.
And it was fantastic interception. He had the sky for that. The quarterback was trying to get it over his head, and he's got it and just brought it down out of the air, and that was a fantastic play.
Here's the break we need. Wilcoxon hands off to Hodges, and the big guy rambles down inside the 30 to about the 26. Go now. Inside 11:15 to play in the 4th quarter. Tigers trail 6-0, but they had the football following the Lewis interception and the Hodges run. 2nd down, and now about 3 to go from the Akron 26. The Tiger fans up on their feet, urging them on. They come to life. Kind of fell asleep there in the last couple of minutes, but they're pumped up now. Wilcoxon on the bootleg down inside the 25 and takes a pretty good shot before he's dropped. Going to be about the 24-yard line, and they got to get to about the 23, Jim, for the first down.
As they read that well, Akron St. Vincent did. They've run it 2 or 3 times, picked up 7 or 8 yards on it a couple of times, but they read it well that time and contained it very well and maybe picked up maybe a yard on it. So big 3rd down play here for Ironton. They've got to pick up the first down here.
A little over 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Tigers with the football just inside the 25 of Akron. The 3rd down at about 2. Full house backfield behind Wilcoxon. He takes a look. Handoff goes to Hodges. Tim drives inside the 25. They were shooting a linebacker, and he came in there, but it looks like the Tigers negated the blitz. And Tim is going to be maybe a half-yard short. We'll have to wait and see where they spot the football.
He's going to be short, I do believe.
They may call for the change, but
no, he's short.
He's going to be short. He's a good yard short. So 4th down play coming up here. And I don't think there's any doubt in the minds of the coaching staff what's going to transpire here. So let the guns blaze.
On that play previous, everybody had a full house backfield. Everybody was lined up close, and Akron knew what was coming. They were able to stop it. I was waiting to see if they split anybody out anywhere at all, but they're not.
Fourth down play. Hodges picks up the first down. And some to spare. Now drives down inside the 25. I'll tell you, number 51 out there, whoever he may be, might have had his hands full of trying to pick a tackle with Tim Hodges, who was still driving as the whistle blew. The Tigers pick up the first down. They have it 1st and 10 at the Akron 21, and the clock starts to roll. A little over 9 minutes to play in the contest. Tigers trail 6-0, but they hang on to the football. This is their deepest penetration of the ball game. Pitch comes this way. Gabriel Lewis puts his head down and drives inside the 20. He's out of bounds at about the 19. Clock stopping, 9:03 to go in the game. It'll be 2nd down at about 8. Tiger fans whooping it up now, trying to get behind their squad. Ironton trying to convert a Gabriel Lewis interception and take it to the bank and cash it in for some points. They've been kept off the scoreboard up to this point. With but 9 minutes to go in the game, Tink Williams brings in the play for 2nd down and 8 from the Akron 19. Ainsworth, the center, out over the football. Lewis, the wing back to the right. Pitch goes to Hodges. Hodges wants to throw, and he's dropped ball, pops loose, and picked up by Akron defense at St. Mary. And Wilcoxon makes the tackle about the 35. Now we got a penalty on the play at the end of the play. Hodges took the pitch and wanted to throw that fullback option pass. Reared back through throw was hit. The ball popped loose and was picked off by an Akron defender. And in the mad scramble following the interception was caught up. A flag was thrown at the tail end of the play. Bad break, Jim.
Got a clip going against Akron, but the interception will probably, it came after the interception, so it'll be marked off from the point that they brought him down, move him back 15 yards. They were going to go for the option pass on that, and he got hit and hit hard. The ball just popped up in the air, and an Akron player was able to come up with it. So Ironton's scoring drive is stopped there, but the major penalty is going to push Akron back to about the 17-yard line, though. So the defense is going to have to get tapped again. We're going to have to call it again. They're going to have to get the ball back.
Okay, Pat DeRega was the ball carrier who picked off the fumble, interception in midair, whatever you want to call it. Joe Hacker trying to get his defensive teammates fired up. It's Akron's ball at their own 17 following a step off of the penalty. 8:40 to go in the game and less. Long count, full house backfield, counter play. That is Bushko with the football, trying to turn the corner. Gets around the 20 and about the 23, lost the shoe, and is driven out of bounds by Tim Hodges. That stops the clock. Well, no, he didn't get out of bounds. The same as he was stopped just shy of the out-of-bounds mark. 8:20 and left to play in the contest. Tigers got down close, but had the ball pop out of their hands, and I didn't see the scoreboard, but you gotta feel that little message going through your head. So close. Still plenty of time, though. Well over 8 minutes to play in the game. Akron with the football, a 2nd down 5 from their own 22. I-backs with the wing back to the left. Handoff goes first man through. That's Gaydash. Bounces off, gets out to about the 30. And that's going to be good enough for 1st down yardage as the clock stops. Line of scrimmage will be the Akron 30. Terry Royal, Gabriel Lewis, and Tim Hodges make the defensive play for the Tigers, but not before Gaydash picks up the 1st down. Now the clock will roll. 7:50 and left to play in the game. Tigers trail 6-0. Fighting Irish with the football at their 30. Full house backfield behind Porter. Again, that long count. Counter play.
Good defense.
Smelled out by the Tigers. You make the charge across the line and drop Gaydash in his tracks.
They've got to get tough on defense right now, Rick, and they've got to hold them, make them give the ball up. If they can't get well, you know, they're not going to throw the ball now. Forget that. But if they can't force the fumble, they've got to hold them, not let them pick up any more 1st downs. That's eating the clock away. When you let them pick up a 1st down, it gives them 4 more downs to run. And just over 7 minutes to go. They've got to hold them and get the ball back.
2nd down 11. From the 28-yard line of Akron. Fighting Irish with the football. Handoff goes to Bushko. He's dropped at about the 30. So just as Jim pointed out, Tigers have to rise to the occasion on defense, and they're doing it right now. Ironton has come up with 3 Akron turnovers, a couple of interceptions and a fumble, but haven't been able to turn them into points, and they still trail 6-0. 6:45 and less to go in the game. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 from the Akron 31. Fighting Irish with the football. Big play here for both squads. Porter under center. Taking his time. Hands off on the delayed draw. That is Bushko turning the corner, and he's dropped it to 35. Tim Hodges, Joe Hacker. Hacker made the initial hit, and he got some help from Hodges. It'll bring up a 4th down play. Irish come on to punt the ball away. Terry Royal will go back as the safety for the Tigers. He'll be joined by Steve Sutton. When the punt gets away, we'll be inside the 6-minute mark of the contest. Ironton trails 6-0 in the AA championship game. Ricketts will do the punting. He'll get it away from about his own 25. Royal and Sutton standing back at about their own 31. Snap is clean. Punt gets away. Tigers set up for the return. It's a booming punt. Backpedaling, Royal takes it. And a fair catch, signal for at his own 15. 5:40 to go in the contest, and Terry Royal, I think, had ideas of maybe taking it, but he was headed in the wrong direction when he caught the football. And a big clutch play there for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary, and a booming punt gets the Tigers back to their own 15.
50-yard punt. He was averaging 35 in the first half, and when you need to get a good one, he got one. 50 yards. It was a boomer. Beautiful punt.
Okay, here's hoping the Tigers can come back strong here following the big Akron punt. Tank Williams brings in the play for 1st down and 10 for the Tiger 15. 85 yards to go and 5:40 to play in the game. Full house backfield behind Wilcoxon. Handoff goes to Lewis. Gabriel across the 20, out to near the 25. So the Tigers come right back. Ironton's been there before this season. They trailed late in stages of a contest and have rallied to pull out games. They're going to have to do it here at the 1st down for the Tigers. That is their 3rd of the second half. With 5:28 to go in the contest, the clock starts to run now. Craig Thomas bears the play from the Tiger bench. Line of scrimmage, the Tiger 25. Again, that stiff wind is blowing. If the Tigers are thinking about throwing the football, it would be into a crosswind. Pitch comes this way. Gabriel Lewis with the football across the 25, the 30 to the 32 before he's spilled. My, he's a tough runner.
Hey, he got a good block out that time. To spring him open on the outside, then he cut back in a little bit, picked up the yards, but a good initial block got him outside.
John Morris, I believe, Jim, the guy you're talking about there. Where's the big number 72? It's going to be 2nd down and 4 from the Tigers 32. Ball just shy of that mark. Williams bring the play in, clock ticking, 4:45 and less to go in the game. Ironton trailing 6-0 this AA championship game, and it looks like we're going to be down to a nail-biter finish. Wilcoxon with Royal to the right. Pass over the middle is popped up in the air and picked off. Looks like picked off there by the linebacker at the 35. Pass intended for Joe Fletcher. Somebody got a paw on it, popped it up in the air, and the Fighting Irish had the football at the Tigers 35. Turnover there, that is the 2nd interception the Tigers have suffered, and they've come within moments of each other.
Mark Clayton, defensive end, number 61, is the one who got his hand on the ball as he tried to hit a little quick pass over the middle, and it was intercepted.
1st and 10 for the Tigers, 36 they're calling it. Akron with the football, and time perhaps on their side of the 6-0 lead. Handoff goes to Gaydash. Turn in the corner, inside the 30, down to about the 28. Tackle made across the way by Darwin Conwell. We passed the 4-minute mark now. Inside 4 minutes to play in the game. Line of scrimmage will be the Tiger 28. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. 3:50 and less to play in the game. Wing back to the left. 2 setbacks behind Porter on 2nd down. Long count. Fumble. Ball's loose. Bad scramble for it. They're going to have to wait and unpile everybody. Mixed up on the handoff. Tigers say they got it. They do. Yeah. Ironton with the football at their own 27, and the defense is come to the rescue again, Jim. That's the fourth turnover they've come up with.
There's been 6 turnovers in this ball game. Akron has lost 2 fumbles and had 2 intercepted, and Ironton's had 2 intercepted, and Ironton's going to have to cash in on one of these. They've had 4, and they haven't been able to cash in now, and time's running out. They've got to get something going.
Inside 3.5 minutes to play. Here we go. One of those Sunday afternoon drives down the field. Tigers with the ball on their 27. Wilcoxon wants to throw. Needs time. Out of the pocket. Throws. He's got Terry Rowe. That's Joe Fletcher with the ball. Joe spilled at about the 34. Again, Wilcoxon had to look around for a receiver and went to Fletcher as a safety valve. Joe gathered the pass in and got it to the 33.5-yard line before he was tackled. Gain of about 6 on the play. The Tiger fans come to life. The band kicking it up, and that'll see the Tigers can turn on the juice. 2:45 and less to go in the game. Tigers with the football. Second down. 4 from their own 33. They trail 6-0. Pitch comes to Lewis. Lewis driving for the 35, and he gets to just about there. A gain of about 1. As they really had Gabriel pinned in, and is very fortunate to gain a yard on the play.
Yeah, he made a real good cut back inside. They had it contained outside all the way, so he quickly cut back inside and was able to pick up a couple of yards. He would have been stopped for no gain, maybe a loss on the outside. Good thinking.
Okay, sweat it out with us here. Third down, 3 to go from the Tiger 35. Wilcoxon, he wants to throw, has a man open, and it's close to first down yardage. Fletcher catching the football. Clock still rolling. Now they're going to stop it with 2:04 to go in the game. As Fletcher hauled the look-in pass. I said it was Fletcher. Could have been Terry Royal. Both of those gentlemen wearing neck collars, and that's the identifying mark I look for myself.
They're
going to bring on the change to the measurement. So it's do or die here for the Tigers. And Jim, we saw them come from behind against Portsmouth. They did it against Waverly. They came from behind against Gallipolis early. So they are accustomed to come from behind. They pick up the first down and hang on to the football.
I tell you what, Rick, the fans who've been here at the River Bowl in Akron today have really got their money's worth. They've seen championship football. That's what it's all about. You bring the champions together, and you should have games like this. 6-0. You can't discredit either one of these teams. They've played hard, and it's going down to the wire.
First down and 10 for the Tigers 37. Tigers with the football. Wilcoxon wants to throw, needs time, going long. Joe Fletcher out there. He made the catch. Unbelievable catch by Joe Fletcher. Inside the upper 30. Whoa. Mother of mercy. Woo! Joe Fletcher, an over-the-shoulder catch, shades Willie Mays, and the Tigers have it, and they're marking it at the 30-yard line of Akron. Boy, talk about a major injection of adrenaline.
About a 35-yard catch, and he had 2 people around him. He had beat them both by 1 step, and that took a beautiful pass to put it in there.
Here we go. First and 10 for the 30. Tigers with the football. Pitch comes to Lewis, coming each way. Gabriel cutting up inside. He's still right at the 30. Akron comes up and makes the play inside a minute and a half to play in the ball game. And a timeout call by Ironton with a minute 27 to go. It's Akron 6, Ironton nothing.
If you want to get more out of your transportation dollar, make the car you drive a Chevrolet. Stop in and see the folks at Jack Wolf Chevrolet at Ironton and let them show you their all great, all new Chevrolets. Take a look at the beautiful styling, try out the comfort, and of course check the economy that Chevrolet gives you. Then see for yourself the great service department that backs your Chevy at Jack Wolf. There's a way to get more out of your car money, and you'll find it at Jack Wolf Chevrolet, 3rd and Quincy in Ironton.
Okay, breathe a sigh of relief and hang on to it. You got a minute 27 to go in this one. Tigers trail 6-0. They have the football, second down and 10 from the Akron 30. A big pass play from Brent Wilcoxon to Joe Fletcher, setting the Tigers in business at the Akron 30-yard line. The first down play, Lewis ran the football, got back to the line of scrimmage, and then the Tigers employed a timeout. So the wheels are turning on the Tiger sidelines, Jim.
Well, they sure are, and I'm sure they are over on the Akron sidelines too, trying to figure out what they're going to do, trying to stop Ironton. We've seen him run outside a couple of times, and they've contained it well. Lewis had to cut back in, pick up 2 or 3 yards. We've seen the pass play. You bet Akron's going to be ready for the pass. I would think maybe, I don't know, I'm not the coach, but I don't know, but look for something maybe straight up the middle on a run that they're not looking for. Maybe Hodges, who's only carried the ball 6 times. This would be a good time for it. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's exciting.
Second down and 10 for the Akron 30. Tigers with the football. Royal, wide receiver to the right. Wilcox wants to throw. He's in trouble. Gets it out in the flat. Hodges makes the catch. He's down inside the 30, down inside the 25 to the 23 before he stops. And Brent Wilcox continues to amaze. He just gets wrapped up. Looks like he's going to be dropped. And boy, the guy keeps a cool head. Finds the secondary receiver, who was Hodges, who made the shoot top catch. Gives him some credit. Clock stopping, now rolling with a minute 2 to go in the game. Tigers with the football at the 23 of Akron. Third down, short yardage play. Wilcoxon wants to throw. Has a man out here. Gabriel Lewis catches the ball down inside the 20. Down inside to about the 16. That's going to be good enough for first down yardage and stop the clock with 48 seconds to go. I don't know if I got enough gas to make this, dude.
It's been exciting. I think Ironton wants the timeout.
48 seconds to go. Pace yourselves. Tigers with the football. First and 10 at the Akron 16. Pass play there. That was Gabriel Lewis making a reception and got it down inside the 20 to the 16. 48 seconds to go in the game. Akron leads the contest 6-0. AA championship game, and you could not have asked for a better one. An all-star gold-plated frog strangler at the Akron Rubber Bowl. First and 10 for the Tigers from the 16. Lewis, the wide receiver to the left. Wilcox, under center. Drops back, wants to throw, needs time, has Hodges. Hodges gets the ball, inside the 10, inside, down to the 5, and he stopped 39, 38, and they stopped the clock. Tigers are going to have it. I think it's going to be first and goal to go from the 5. They got a timeout on the field with 34, 33. Well, they didn't call it. Now they got the timeout. 34 seconds to go. Let me catch myself. Ironton trailing 6-0.
Forget about the woolly worm, the moss on the trees of the almanac. You know as well as I do winter's coming, and that means ice and snow.
34 seconds to go. It's going to be second down, short yardage. Hodges, following the reception, got the football down to inside the 7 of Akron. And a timeout employed here. Here we go. 34 seconds of the play. Royal, the wide receiver to the right. On second down, short yardage for the Akron 7. Wilcox in the quarterback. Been a cool head this afternoon. He's had the hot hand. Wilcox has an offside penalty against Akron as they showed the blitz, and he got across the line of scrimmage. And a flag fly all over the place. There's your automatic first down. It's against Akron. Oh, boy.
And Rick, I was getting ready to comment. I don't think Ironton has any timeouts left. They don't show it on the scoreboard up there, but I really don't think the Tigers have any timeouts left. They've called 3. They called 2 real crucial ones in this drive, and I think they already called another one. But that helped. That put it half the distance and an automatic first down. But they've got to call some plays or get it out of bounds or something.
All right, the clock still showing 34 seconds to go. Tigers first and goal down inside the 4-yard line. Wide receiver to the right, man in the slot. Fletcher hands off to Lewis. He's in there. High ball game. Gabriel Lewis into the end zone. 31 seconds to play. Hold on to your transistors. They are going absolutely bananas. Oh, I wish you could be here, friends. This is great. We are tied at 6 apiece. And the Ironton congregation up and dancing in the aisles. The Ironton bench doing cartwheels. And let's see what's going to happen. Joe Fletcher on to try the extra point. Gabriel Lewis took the ball into the end zone for the touchdown. We are tied at 6 apiece. Fletcher on to try the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. It's good. The flags are on the play. Flags did fly on the play. Fletcher's placement was good. We'll have to wait and see what the penalty is going to be called. It's against Akron. I believe Tigers seem to be happy about it. We'll wait and double check. They have not given a clear-cut indication yet. Tigers right now would lead it. They have not put up the 1 point on the scoreboard. And I don't think they're going to. We may have to do the extra point over again. Woo! I got to stand up, Jim.
They're going to have to kick it again. It's against Ironton. Nope. It's up. Offsetting penalty.
Offsetting
penalties will cook it from the same place.
We'll do it all over again. Joe Fletcher to try the extra point. Royal will spot the ball. Here comes the snap. Kick is up. It's good. Tigers lead it. 31 seconds to go. Woo! Yeah. All right. Joe Fletcher.
Let's just keep it here.
Right through the upright. And the Tigers lead it 7-6.
They better get their heads together, Rick. They still got 31 seconds, and that's time.
That's enough
They're
time.
celebrating right now, but they better. And I think the coaches are trying to tell them, boys, come on, you got to kick off, and you got to pass defense. You got to do everything you can because you're just ahead by one. Oh, the fans are going wild, though. You can hear them. I'm sure you can. It's exciting. A lot of drive in the closing minutes, Rick.
Unbelievable ball game. Oh, I wish you could be here. Wish we had pictures. I wish something. 31 seconds to go on a Tiger team that continues to amaze. Took the ball from their own 15, drove it down the field. Combination of good effective plays and penalties.
Little flare.
Lead.
I'll tell you, that little flare pass to Hodges down there, he made an excellent run. It wasn't for very many yards, but it was inside the 10, and he twisted 360 degrees twice and got it down there to the 5-yard line. Then the penalty put him at 2.5, and that made it easy to get in. And well, boy, Hodges didn't carry the ball much at all, but that little flare pass worked real good for Will Coxon and team today.
31 seconds to go in the game. Tigers will be kicking off following the touchdown and the extra point. Ironton leads it 7-6. Fletcher will scribble it.
Yeah, get it.
To the legs to the Akron receiver. It's going to be down at about the 35. 1 second ticking off the clock, and then it stops to allow the teams to assume the positions on the field. So 30 seconds to go in the game. Ironton leads it 7-6. Akron has the football at their own 34. And the events of the last couple of minutes in this contest, you simply had to be here to believe it. I hope I gave you a halfway decent description of what happened.
Watch rolling.
Clock rolling. 18, 17, 16, 15. Porter wants to throw. Trying to go for the deep six. Has a man out there. It's up by 7. Up at the 35. Is across the 40. The 45. Midfield. Across the 45. Penalties on the play with 4 seconds showing on the clock.
There's a flag off the ball. There's a flag, Rick, but it's a clip against Ironton after the interception. So Ironton will have the ball. That'll be it.
Yeah. B. Sutton, that is the 5th turnover against Akron today. They picked off what? 3 passes?
3 passes and 2 fumbles.
Sutton, the junior D-back, picked off the pass, and Ironton on the verge of their 2nd state championship in high school sports in the decade. The baseball championship back in 72, and 4 seconds stand between Ironton